Do you think Buffalo's going to get to the Super Bowl?
No.
Who do you think beats them? Kansas City and Buffalo?
I think Kansas City can beat him. I think the Patriots can beat him in the playoffs.
So we're back. Another episode of the Dan and Ninko Show, episode 73. And I know everyone right now
73 rhymes with ZAPPE.
ZAPPE, 73. Is it ZAPPE? Is he going to be the guy?
No,
he's not.
no.
But everyone's how the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl with ZAPPE. The Patriots are back. They're going to win the division. They're going to beat Buffalo. They're going to beat everybody.
With ZAPPE.
They're going back. It's Tom Brady 2.0. That's what the whole thing
With ZAPPE.
You're smoking crack, people. Just relax, okay? Let me put this gold chain away because I'm feeling real. That's a little bougie. But let's get back to reality here. The Patriots beat a shitty team. They ran the football on the Browns. Are the Browns a good football team? Yes or no?
They didn't really run the football.
I know, but
no, the Browns. I told you at the beginning the Browns weren't good.
Now they're
you
playing
were the
the
one, You were the
Bears.
one like looking at that game, going, "Well, I mean, they could lose this game and all that." Like, no, they weren't going to lose to the Browns, and they're not going to lose to the Bears.
You got any room in your box for Monday night?
I don't know. I have to check.
You got to check.
Yeah,
check
I don't.
with the wife.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't.
I gotta
control
try
it.
and get four. I gotta get 4 tickets. Me and my buddies are going. But anyway, Patriots 3-3,
3-3.
500.
Yep.
Bill Belichick, he's about to achieve another milestone as a head coach.
Yep. Second most wins.
Second most wins. Think he'll get first? Think he'll coach till he's number one? How many years away is he? No, there's no way.
I think so. He's like
No.
60 away or something like that. Is
That's
what
a
it is?
long time.
He looks like he's still having fun, still doing it. What do you think he would do if he wasn't coaching?
I don't know.
So he's probably going to coach till he's like 80.
Lose it. He would lose it.
Yeah, he's probably going to coach till he's like 80.
He's going to coach till he's 80?
I wouldn't be surprised.
He's going to. That's.
He looks like the same exact guy as when he came here 20 plus years ago.
No, he
looks like-
does not.
Yes, he
does
does.
not look the same.
He actually
Can
looks
we
in
do
better
a
shape.
2000 to a 2022 picture
He looks
comparison?
in better. He looks in better shape.
No, he does not. He's 70 years old. He has way more hair in 2000. Like, he's old. He's older now. Like, come on. You can't say he looks better now at 70. He looked better at 50. Bill Belichick, 2000. Let's see. Yeah. Are you
Looks
kidding me?
identical. Look at him.
He does not look identical.
His hair is just a different color.
He's got way more of it. Come on.
It's not really that much of a difference.
You age a lot. Like, he doesn't sleep. I think he looks
He don't
looks
really look
great
like
for
he's
his
70.
age. Looks good for his age.
Yeah, see?
Looks good for his age.
With a high-stress job.
He doesn't have stress. There's no stress in his job.
He listens to all the shit.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
He makes $20 million a year. You think
Probably
he's
more than
stressed
that.
out? Yeah, more. 25, 20, whatever. He's not stressed.
He's probably more than that.
He's just sitting there like,
What
these idiots.
What I think is the best right now is everybody is on the the ZAPPE train. Like, put ZAPPE in. Look, we're winning with ZAPPE. Well, do you see the difference in the competition the last 3 games versus the first 3 games? I mean, it's just a little bit different of teams that you're playing.
A little bit. It's drastically different. All
what I
these
mean.
teams are not going to be in the playoffs. All these teams are not even in competing for their division.
But like they act like ZAPPE's making these amazing throws.
They're wide
I've never
open.
seen people more open.
Oh, they're wide open.
But like
Matty P's doing a good job. Matty P's calling the great calls.
But here, this is the Boston media, right? Like
Oh,
it's like
Boston media.
ZAPPE,
There we
ZAPPE,
go.
ZAPPE. But then 2 weeks ago, it was fire Bill. Look at he put Matty P in.
Is he
shitty
lost his
coordinator.
fastball?
Yeah, he lost this. He can't draft and all that. They had 10 rookies start yesterday. 10, or not yesterday, Sunday. 10 rookies.
That's
They
insane.
have 2 rookies right now that were their starting cornerbacks, and they weren't starting cornerback because they didn't have people. They were just better than the other guys. I mean, he's hit home runs in drafts now multiple years in a row. People keep forgetting he drafted Kyle Duggar, who now is probably one of the best safeties in the NFL.
Duggar.
I mean, you watch him; he's one of the best safeties in the NFL, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really good. He's a great tackler.
Top 2, top 3.
Yeah.
And then you have him drafting like this year. You have Tyquan Thornton that looks like he's going to be a stud wide receiver. Strange, who you were all over as the pick on the guard. He looks the real
liked
deal.
it. I like the pick.
No, I don't think so.
Well, I was questioning why you had to pick him in the first round, but maybe.
But you can see now why. And then on top of it, everybody's all the ZAPPE. He's the one that drafted him in the 4th round. Do you know that trade ended up happening? I have it right here. To get ZAPPE, He traded back with the Panthers.
Is Zappe shorter
he's
than
shorter.
Mac?
Yeah, he's definitely
He
shorter.
looks kind of like he looks like a little plumpy.
The Panthers traded up to the Patriots pick, and they drafted Matt Corral, who's out for the season, the quarterback from Ole Miss. Patriots traded back to 137, kept the pick, took Zappe, and they have the Panthers' third-round pick this year, which is currently the 64th overall selection.
God, do the Panthers suck. Dan Orlovsky said that the Panthers were Baker Mayfield away from the playoffs.
Maybe the playoffs for the top pick.
Baker Mayfield's career is over because he's just garbage, hot garbage.
Yeah, so was Darnold. But everybody on that team,
they fire the head coach with 4 years left on his contract
because he's so
they
bad.
should put handcuffs on him and arrest him for stealing.
He's so bad.
That is absolutely ridiculous. I'm so sick of head coaches getting guaranteed contracts. If the players can't get a guaranteed contract, the player sucks. They cut you and you don't get shit except for your guarantee. Why do coaches get guaranteed contracts?
I don't know why a coach would get a guarantee. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Especially when they're a first-year head coach. Okay, if you are
Bill Belichick
and you have 6, 7, 8, 10 years under your belt and you've done a great job, you've won Super Bowls, sure, guarantee your contract.
Yeah, but you do the same thing now. Patrick Mahomes guarantee.
Why would you give a coach a guaranteed money when there's a question mark on what he can do? Why can't they prove it? Yeah. We just talked about Goodell last week. Did you see
get more money?
32 or 31 out of the 32 teams voted yes
to give him more money.
Jerry Jones voted no.
You see what he said to KRAFT?
Told KRAFT, "Don't F with me." Don't F with me? I would love to see that.
Supposedly KRAFT went back at him.
Well, he said, "Excuse me." Come on,
that's an old man going right back at you, though.
Excuse me,
yeah,
sir.
what's
I'd
he gonna
love
do?
to see them two in a fist fight. Could you imagine that? KRAFT and Jerry Jones in a fist fight?
That would be the highest
serious fight.
That would be the highest grossing fight of all time.
I mean,
on pay-per-view.
Freaking what's the kid that fights the YouTuber Paul?
Yeah,
the Paul brothers.
It would bring.
Let's see KRAFT and Jones.
Yeah, that would be the highest grossing fight ever, wouldn't it?
It'd be so sad.
If it was $200 or $300 on pay-per-view, you'd pay for it, wouldn't you?
I might pay $500.
Yeah, you'd probably go to it.
I probably would. That'd be insane.
Who would win the fight?
Doesn't Jerry Jones look a little bit crazy?
Yeah.
A little crazy?
Yeah.
He might...
Yeah, no, all of a sudden rip his shirt off and it's all... He's like Vince McMahon.
He's juiced up or something. But then, KRAFT might put some weights in his gloves. Puts a roll of quarters in his hands. You imagine him fighting old Irish. Come on. Put up your dukes. Put them up.
That'd actually be good, though.
Jeez, it'd be funny.
Yeah, but you're right, though. 31.
KRAFT got married.
I know.
I got no...
How can you get invited?
I'm not on the, you got to be a first-round pick.
No, you don't.
Yeah, well, look at the people who were there.
Tom Brady was there.
How much money has he invested in Tom Brady? How much money is Tom
He wasn't first-round pick.
He was, you got to be, I was going to say, you have to be a first-round pick or
Hall of Famer?
Their guy. No, year after year captain or you have to win the...
David Andrews was there.
Yeah, he's been a captain for 6 years.
I know, but there's been other guys that have been captains for a long time.
No. They do that. It's like a setup. They purposely put certain guys in those roles because they
set up. Yeah, I think
they push them into the community role, and it's just a thing.
The current year players was McCourty, Slater, and Andrews. I think.
Yeah,
those are the three.
You got Dev, first round pick.
There for a long
Slate,
time.
Mr. Patriot.
I didn't see Teddy Bruschi there though.
Well, maybe Teddy couldn't make it. I think he was working. When is it?
Well, supposedly people were saying that they didn't know.
There? And
Ty Law was on the radio saying that he didn't know it was even a wedding until they got there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder what that
they
prenup
thought
looks
it was like a party.
You think that prenup looks pretty legit, pretty solid?
Oh, it's as thick as that Brent box.
This is ironclad.
It's gotta be
all the kids are like, "Did you get that thing signed? Did you get that signed?" That's signed, right?
Yeah.
Signed, dotted.
Yeah.
T's
fingerprint
crossed.
this.
Yes. Blood, dot of blood.
Yeah. We have 11 notaries out back here. They're ready to go. Because one's going to notarize it, the other one's going to notarize the notary signature, and we're just going to keep going down the line.
I wonder how old she is. She looks pretty young.
40, I think. 40.
40.
50, maybe. I don't know.
No, she ain't 50.
She's like an optometrist or something like that.
Is it a doctor?
Eye doctor.
Eye doctor.
I think so.
It's like a dentist.
Yeah.
What's an eye doctor? It's like a dentist. I'm a doctor. You're a dentist. Can you see this? No. Flip. How about that? Yeah, that's great.
Here's your prescription.
There you
Rob
go.
just throws the prescription
Unless she does
out.
like deep eye surgery. That's probably insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure he's doing
But
it.
I know when I had my LASIK done, that guy, you could have had a guy off the street done. Like literally, they put an eye drop in your eye. You lay back, a robot comes. You know, they're just like, all right, just relax.
You had LASIK surgery too?
Yeah, well, in '08. I didn't know I couldn't see until they did an eye test for football.
Did they force you into it?
Well, I knew I was going to get cut, so I'm like, well, if I'm going to get cut, I might as well get my eyes done on their dollar.
Oh, this is
It
Miami?
was in Miami.
Yeah.
It was like millennial laser or something. It was actually the newer version of how they do it, too.
No.
Like previously, they would do like a flap, like they'd cut your eye and like peel the flap back. This was like, they like put bubbles and then they like open it and then they do this. It's weird though, because when they put that sucker on your eye, you go like you're blind for a second.
No, you must have freaked out.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Yeah.
It's pretty
It's like
scary.
you must have freaked out.
It was definitely scary. But I would tell you this, you know, like my vision's been great. And when you don't see correctly for a very long time, you get used to seeing certain things. Like I never like saw the tops of a tree. I never was able to really see the leaves and stuff. So when I had the vision, like I went outside
The whole new world?
on my balcony, I was like, whoa, I can see stuff. It was crazy.
The whole new world.
But I do have these like floaty things all over my eyes. I wonder what that is.
So Tom looked a little crazy in that picture though.
Which one?
At the wedding.
Oh, the group photo?
Yeah.
That was in New York City?
Yeah.
On a what, Tuesday night?
No, it was on a Saturday or Friday or Saturday.
On a Friday or Saturday? So what about playing football?
Well, that's the thing that's out there right now, that people are mad at Brady saying that he didn't take it serious.
Well, what about the other guys? Like they flew in and flew out the same day?
They're on KRAFT probably, right?
I don't know.
I thought I sent you the picture.
I did. I
Yeah,
had it
look at
somewhere.
this. Look at him. I'll send this to TJ so I can put it up.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe you had a few too many pops or something like that.
It looks a legit like
New York City wedding.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
She's taller than him. Oh, look. He's on his tippy toes.
No,
Look at his
box.
heels are up. His heels are off the ground.
Yeah, so there was Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady, Seymour, Moss, Wilfork, Mayo. Oh, Mayo was there.
Thundercat.
Ty Law, Troy Brown. No Rob Ninkovich.
No, I wouldn't
Hey,
have gone to that.
can you
I would've been- there
Photoshop Rob's picture into this one?
Yeah, put me in there. I want to be a part of that crew, man.
So we can put it on the internet, and then he can always
I'm not
just say
in the
that
circle. I'm not in that circle. You know, like you either, like I said.
you
got-
live the closest to the stadium among anybody.
No, that was just convenience for me.
You still do.
Bledsoe and Brady. That'd be a good fight. What do you think? Who'd win that one?
You take the crazy guy, Tom.
Seymour, Randy Moss.
See him kick up?
Big
I mean,
B.
kicking people? He got fined for that, by the way. Did you see that?
Yeah, he should have.
That's bullshit, though.
Wouldn't have like, you know, just I'm not getting into it. I gotta talk about it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not saying shit. How about New York?
What are you in New York? Oh, the Jets?
Yeah,
The New Jersey Jets?
but the Jets and the Giants.
Yeah. No, oh. Do you really think they're both real teams?
Yes,
No,
I do.
stop it.
I'm picking the Patriots against the Bears, and the next game they're gonna lose is to the Jets. Don't laugh. I'm telling you, the Jets are flying high. They look good. Their defense is insane.
Yeah, but they still have Zach Wilson as their quarterback.
He freaking slings it. I think
And to the other team.
he's still gonna sling it. I like that. He's a gunslinger, man.
Why don't you just put Flacco in there?
What
Flacco
about
has
the
more
Giants?
touchdowns.
So what's negative you have to say about the Giants? I think they look pretty good
just
for
don't
where
think
they were a year ago, 2
No,
years
they're
ago.
definitely better than where they were. I mean,
Now, is that the
that's-
coach? You think Dayball's the guy? He gets pretty excited.
I think Dable's the guy, but like this is their wins, right? They beat the Titans, who weren't very
Everyone
good.
thought the Titans were going to be good this year.
They beat the Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers suck.
Yeah, they lost to the Cowboys without Dak.
Yeah,
They beat the Bears.
Bears are bad.
They beat the Packers.
Packers are bad.
They beat the Ravens. That's a good
Ravens
team.
are a good
So
team.
they've beat one good team.
Yeah. So
So I don't
where are
feel
the Titans? What are the Titans? What's
'Cause the
what's
thing
their
is-
record right now? The Titans.
Vrabel's Titans.
They're not good.
Titans are 3-2.
Oh, they got to win. They're 3-2. Were they playing? When did they play? Why are they 3-2?
They lost to the Giants. They lost 41-7 to the Bills. They beat the Raiders. They beat the Colts.
Shouldn't they be?
And they beat the Commanders.
Are they playing soon? Because why are they? Oh, they had their bye week already?
They had their bye week already.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
I sent this to my old man. This is another thing that's really been pissing me off lately. I don't know how accurate this is because anything in your phone, you don't know what to think is real or not real. But Boston University, right down the street, Boston University, researchers claim to have developed a new, more lethal COVID strain in a lab.
Well, why the fuck are you doing that?
The hell are we creating more lethal COVID?
Just fucking, oh, somebody tripped.
Like, what the hell? That's got, like, outbreak written all over it. Like, you know, when they're in the lab and the freaking tube gets caught on the hose gets caught on the thing and it rips and the guy goes, he gives himself a shot. He runs out and then he's positive. What the hell are we thinking? Like, what's the point? You want to create a more lethal COVID strand?
That's what I don't understand. What would the reason be for it?
I don't know. I'm not a freaking conspiracy guy, but what the hell are we doing? Wasn't that?
You said it was Boston University?
Yes. Boston University. Why? Developed a new COVID strand that has an 80% kill rate. What? Oh, cool. Great research, guys. You're freaking screwing shit up. Like, what are you doing?
Boston University clarifies and says the variant was less deadly.
Why are you creating variants? Why are you creating variants?
Boston University says that they did not create a new strain of COVID.
Okay. Thank God.
It was in a British tabloid magazine.
Okay. So you can't listen to everything.
Thank God you weren't at the gas station in Great Britain, because you would have bought it and read it and everything, right?
Well, I'm thinking Boston. That, you know, like when they show the, you know, when you're watching like the outbreak stuff and it like starts in one spot. You know, when you're watching like the zombie apocalypse stuff, it's like the red goes like this. We're the center of the red, so it would come.
The zombie apocalypse movies.
I always think about that. I guess I'd go to New Hampshire.
Up in the
I'd keep the truck full. I'd keep it with 60 gallons of fuel in it just in case. I can get up to New Hampshire.
Do you always?
Well, gas prices now might be $7 next week. So, well, after November, it'll be $7.
What do you like? You go to the
December 1st, it'll be.
You go to the supermarket and like then refill your gas tank to get back?
No, I keep my tank because it's 60 gallons. I don't let it. I keep it above half, so like I have a bunch of fuel.
No. So, but you do it because in case of zombie apocalypse, you can get there.
I can get.
Do you have food in there?
I can get 1,000 miles if there's no traffic. But if there is traffic, I'm going off road.
You have like freeze dried food in there and everything. The astronaut food.
I don't. We
Probably
have a bunch of canned food. We have a bunch of cans.
You probably should. If you think about it.
I'm going right to Dan O'Brien's. Plenty of food there.
It probably is.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, you're away from everybody. It's nobody creating COVID up in New Hampshire.
House prices are coming down though.
Yeah, but I mean
7% interest.
Yeah, I know.
7% interest.
No shit.
So if you bought something, I'm locked in for a while. I'm locked in. When'd you buy? About a year ago. Ooh, better stay there unless you want to get rammed.
So you're saying now you're a lifelong Massachusetts? You're a lifelong masshole now?
Must be a masshole.
You're stuck for like 5. You know, it's only like 10 years.
I might. Well, here's the deal. You could lose your down payment. So you just lose that. I mean, if you lose $500,000, it's not the end of your life.
It's not the end of life for you to lose $500,000?
It's just like a couple of Ferraris. It's like it is what it is.
I mean, that would...
House down the street for me just sold at 1.6.
Just think, that could be like 250,000 trips to the gas station for you.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Think of it that way.
Let's not talk about it, all right? Let's just move on to the next thing. Happy for Mr. KRAFT, though. Wish I would.
Even though you weren't fucking invited?
I would have liked to have an invite,
So you were actually,
It's upsetting.
the day of the wedding, you were in Purdue. You were at Purdue.
That's right. I wouldn't have been able to be.
Would you have hopped, if you got that text message?
I would have said, I can't. Thank you for the invitation.
You would have hopped. You would have hopped it.
I was honorary captain for the Nebraska game.
What would you rather be, though? Honorary captain? Or
I had a great, no. I
in the picture next to Jeffy Dahmer.
I would have rather been at Purdue. I took the kids. Everett and Via had a great time.
Can you put him right next to Brady in that picture too?
Yeah, put my head next to Tom. I miss Tom. I should give his assistant a call.
You don't have his number anymore?
Let me see. Let me see if it's in here. Let's go.
Do you have it like Tom Brady and then like a heart next to it, like a heart emoji?
Only got Joe Brady and Ben Brady.
Oh, you don't even have Tom's number?
I don't think so.
Oh boy,
it's gone. It's over with.
Oh boy,
end of days. End of days. All right. Well, I'm happy about there's no like Boston University. Sorry, let's clarify this. We're not creating anything.
Rob with his fake news.
I'm just reading what I see on my phone, which is shocking sometimes. This freaking phone, man. Let me read you another thing.
Oh
Shit.
boy.
New York, they got these instances of people just getting shoved in front of trains.
Well, that's true. I mean,
why are they doing that?
That happens every day, I think.
Just standing there, minding your business, and some dude just pushes you in front of a train.
It's because they just let people out, like mental institutions and drugs.
I'll tell you what, I was down in the subway a couple weeks ago, and I was like, anyone walked past me, I went like this.
Just checking behind you.
No, I was ready.
You know,
they try to shove me out of.
I'm sure at a gas station, right? They might have a thing to clip onto your hat with like mirrors in it so you can see behind.
I remember when I was a kid, there was like this like point system that you had to collect, and if you collected, it was like cereal. You collect the cereal box, like the little coupon, and then you send them in.
General Mills.
And then they sent you a pair of sunglasses, and on the edges there was mirrors.
Yeah, you're gonna get those
like this. You could see.
You want those?
I'd wear them. I don't go in the New York subway. I had to go in the subway because they had like the presidential, like that president in New York. So like they have an actual gridlock, like
they used to walk
gridlock.
roads,
They say gridlock. It's like, what the hell's gridlock? It's literally you can't move.
Yeah.
So everyone has to take the train. So I got on the filthy train
with a million people too, because everybody's on the train.
I hold my breath as long as possible. I'm like this.
Did you sit in the seats in the train?
Hell no. And I don't grab the rails.
You just like try to like.
I just surf. I'm like, whoa. I'm like,
have you seen like the videos of like people with like, you know, they release chickens on the train and everything?
Yeah, there was a guy singing with a cup, and he'd like literally have the cup, and he'd be singing, hey, 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 he'd be shaking it, and he literally would get like right into your face. He'd be like, hey, I'm like. I'm good, man. Like if you were singing great, maybe I'd throw $1 in there. But he was terrible. He was bad. Like, come on.
Yeah, but you don't see the people that bring like miniature horses on there and they like shit on the train and everything.
Yeah, you see like the grown rat costume, and he like pull a piece of pizza up.
Yeah. We have like people dressed as like animals.
Stop.
But the
have a freaking
did you see the thing in Boston though that they give out what's called now? I forget what it's called. It's like a drug bag, which they give to people that have like all the paraphernalia in it to do drugs.
It's so stupid.
I saw that on the news. I think yesterday.
Just like, what are we doing? Did you see like? There's places in, I think it's like Seattle, because there's tons of homeless in Seattle, which is terribly sad. We don't have the facilities like they used to have mental health facilities. Now they're all closing down, and like there's tons of homeless people. It's terrible. But a Walgreens, I want to say it was in Seattle, they put speakers all around their outside of their Walgreens, and they just play horrendous music. So people can't, so they don't camp out there. It like drives you crazy.
It's bad there. Like the business owners have to like run them off and everything. But here, this is the thing for Massachusetts. They're called the Safe Smoking and Safe Injection Kits. Being handed out by Boston Public Health Commission and volunteer groups, contains pipes for smoking crack and meth, filters, mouthpieces, cookers, tourniquets, and syringes.
Cookers? So now all they have to do is provide themselves the drugs that they're injecting?
I think they provide the drugs too.
They give them the drugs?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Just don't know I don't know what the heck we're doing, man. I mean, you obviously don't want to see people like using, like, you don't want to see people die. You don't want to see people have issues, but like, isn't that a crutch? Isn't that like aiding?
Yeah,
helping?
You would think that if you're going to put that much money into
like,
it,
wouldn't you help them recover?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You could put that much money into recovery, couldn't you? Or
rehab.
Yeah, instead of that, one of the council members said something like, "If anybody at the Boston Public Health Commission thinks it's a good idea, maybe we should start distributing these packets in front of their own houses."
Pop, give me a beer. I need a beer. Talking about this makes me.
This
What
is
we
like
got in there?
your packet. I don't know.
Grab me like just a normal. We don't need no. What is that? We got anything? What's up top? What's in that gold top? What's that one?
That's Guinness.
Oh.
You want the gingerbread beer?
Hell no. That's old. Some of that stuff's old.
All day IPA down here.
Yeah, give me one of those. Just one.
I've actually
Oh, those are good. Those are the best. All day IPAs.
I've received some comments because some people are upset that the last two shows we haven't
didn't
had
have
a beer.
So, okay, sorry we didn't have a beer the last two shows. I had a little health thing going on. Had to get had to get checked out. I'm fine. Everything's great. So I had to get off the beer for a while. But this is the Founders All Day IPA. Very, very good drinking beer. You could drink this all day.
Motherfucker.
Uh-oh. You rolled it.
I didn't roll that one. Better be careful with that one.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Why is it exploding like that? Are these old? Are they fermented?
You're ruining the table.
It's just, sorry.
Motherfucker. Is it good? It's cold. Is it good, though?
Oh, is that cold? Yeah, it's good. It's really cold. We're not ruining the table. Sorry, everyone. That was a mistake. We hadn't have a beer the last two shows. It's ridiculous.
The beers were pissed.
How do we not have a beer? But this is a
beers were
Founders All
pissed.
Day
They
IPA,
attacked.
and we
They
actually
attacked.
have an invitation to go to a couple places. So
Yeah, we gotta go to.
we got to do that next episode. Next week, we're gonna do that.
Like you have that thing with like
He's frozen.
like trains and rats and stuff like that. I have that with the mental hospital, so I'm not 100% sure the one.
What?
I get wigged out by like mental hospitals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. There's one in Foxborough.
Yeah, but you said there's one that we want to go to the pub that's across the street
Oh,
from
it
one.
is? Yeah, we'll take a walk. It's pretty scary.
Yeah,
it's right across the street. Parker's Pub. We're gonna go to Parker's Pub. We'll have some good beer. Sit down.
Yeah. Should I bring my fucking net with me?
No, it'll be okay. They keep them chained.
My
up.
shirts with long sleeves that I can, wrangle one, tie
They're
them up.
fine. They're fine. They're under the tent. They're just relaxing, sunbathing.
They don't let them out in the winter or anything, right? Maybe it's better then.
I don't. The place looks closed. It's kind of sad. But
It's even worse.
not. I know.
It's even worse
It's
because
even worse. It looks closed.
yeah. So
But it's not.
the city I grew up in, they had an old mental hospital,
freaking
but they
sketchy.
used to do like all the experiments to people back like in the 40s and 50s. And the place is like haunted.
Okay.
And I
Foxborough Mental Institution, Foxborough Hospital, Foxborough State Hospital. Have you seen Foxborough State Hospital? Have you ever seen it? Foxborough. We're gonna put up a couple photos of this, and people are gonna freak out. Foxborough State Hospital. Okay, used to look like this, and I'm gonna show you some pictures of it. It is wacky. This is what it used to look like. Okay, back in the day, they had like tables, like waterboarding tables, and like water torture and lobotomies, and they did all that stuff in this place. Okay,
Yep.
They're all condos now. So when I first got here, they renovated these things. Okay, so like they were renovated and they turned them into apartments. This is in the basement.
Yeah.
Morgue and stuff.
Yeah.
So I go just to like, there's no way. This is the cemetery. That's where they put all the bodies unmarked. So I go just, to look, because Light had across the street, there's an old house that used to be like where the head person would stay. And he had an apartment, and I looked at it. I'm like, hell no. So Ryan Wendell, actually, who's coaching for the Bills right now, he's working with the offensive line. He was staying in there in the actual hospital. So I walk in this place, and instantly I feel bad juju, like just bad feelings. And when you walk down the hallway, the floors are still like that same. You know, when you went into like a hospital floor, it's like that speckled,
Yeah.
and then like in between there's like that metal piece. Like
Yep.
It was the same floors. They just repolished them. But where every single room was, like hospital room, they just actually closed up every single doorway. So as you look down the hallway, it's you see where like the pockets were, but they're covered, and then you see like a random door where they expanded and they like opened up these rooms and made them apartments. So that's creepy because you can actually see where every little cell was. And then the creepiest part is when you go down to the stairwell, when you leave, they used to have a cage there, like in the stairwell. So it was like they would close it and lock the stairwells. They left the cage there, and they put like curtains up to like conceal the cage.
Yeah.
But when you're walking in the stairs, you can see, you're like, whoa, geez, there's a cage. It's a cage there. It's creepy. It's creepy.
Yeah. Well,
So it's, I mean, if you stay there and you like spirits, great. I'm not a huge fan.
so where I grew up, there's a hospital called Metropolitan State Hospital, that was like the largest insane asylum like in New England, and it closed down in like the 80s because it was like they like tortured people, like lobotomies and all that stuff.
Well, originally the Foxborough State Hospital was for alcoholism, because they thought like if you were an alcoholic, they could get it out of your system by like torturing you, which is insane.
Yeah.
And then it turned into like mental
just
disorders,
worse.
and then they were doing lobotomies, which the whole process of a lobotomy is absolutely ridiculous, because you had a issue because you were handicapped. They would scramble your frontal lobe.
Yeah.
It's freaking ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, that's what they would do. So
it's crazy.
I'll read you this. This tale that earned the hospital's nickname, the Hospital of the Seven Teeth, took place in 1978 when a patient named Anna Marie DeVie went for a walk around the hospital and never returned. In 1980, the killer of Anne Marie DeVie, a fellow patient named Melvin Wilson, showed the police the 3 separate graves where he buried her different body parts all over the hospital.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And he kept, the reason why it's called the Hospital of 7 Teeth is he kept 7 of her teeth as a souvenir that they ended up finding in his room.
They tear that all down?
No, it's still up. It's like vacant. It's been vacant for 50 years.
It's just
So
empty?
people-
Just sitting there?
It's freaky. Like
Why don't they tear it down? Why don't they?
It's like 500 acres too.
Yeah.
It's freaky.
It's crazy.
Like we should do a podcast from in there.
Hell no.
During
That
the
shit
night.
stays with you. No, I ain't doing that. I'm not a big, like, when it comes to, okay, so scary movies, let me tell you what happened to me. We're going to have this discussion right now. I was watching Conjuring 2. Conjuring 2. Conjuring 1, okay, whatever. Scary movie guy, not really. So Conjuring 2. There's a moment in Conjuring 2 where there's this nun in this movie. Show the nun. Conjuring 2. Show the nun. Put the nun up right now. The nun in Conjuring 2 came to me in a dream. And I want to tell you, I was freaked out. I was in my bed. Now, this is a dream. I was in my bed. I woke up.
How old were you?
This was like 2 years ago.
Oh, jeez.
I'm in my bed, okay? I'm sleeping like this. I wake up. Just all of a sudden, I look over. I see something, like a shadow. It was the very faint, like in the very far corner by my door, of this nun in my room. And I'm paralyzed. I couldn't move. Like, I couldn't move a finger. I couldn't move. The nun goes from faint to straight up in my face, and it's screaming like as it's coming at me, and I can't move. I'm freaked out. I'm frozen. So it comes in my face, and I just am paralyzed, and it turns away, and it's like this big black figure starts walking out of my room, and I still am like paralyzed, and all of a sudden I wake up. Like I wake up like out of this dream, and I'm like freaked out, like completely freaked out, like heart racing, sweating. And the craziest part is I felt like there was something that was in my room. Something.
Yeah.
Now, is that my imagination?
State Hospital.
Is that my imagination, or is that because I watched Conjuring 2 and that stupid nun?
Would you watch it that night?
The freaking nun.
Would you watch it that night?
I don't know. It was just in my brain. Like... So I can't watch stuff like that. I can't watch it.
Hey, what we should do is we should get hire like somebody in like the Conjuring 2 outfit, like the nun outfit, and just have them follow Ninko around.
Dude,
just kind of like popping out of areas, go back in.
It was
from further distances.
This exact nun was.
You freak out on Halloween if you see anybody in a nun outfit.
This face was in my room.
Yeah,
and it came screaming at me.
I gotta do this.
Oh my God, was it bad? No, don't do it. It was kind of like this. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I can't look at it.
I had the thing. I think it was. I don't know why my parents let me watch it, or maybe my brother showed it to me, which was like, I think I was like 9 years old. It was called Fire in the Sky. It was a movie. I don't know if you ever saw it. It's about alien abductions.
Oh, that's bad.
I don't think I slept for like 4 days. Because I was like terrified, like I'm gonna get fucking abducted tonight. But like they like put this guy like in this like cocoon, and it was I think I was 9. It was like 9 or 10.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the few things that screwed me up as a child. Number 1, Freddy Krueger. The Freddy movies. No, when I was like when you're 10 and your sister makes you watch one, and it's like don't go to sleep, Freddy's gonna get you. Like that freaked me out. Number 2 was It. When It was the clown in the Georgie.
The 70s one?
The 70s It.
Yeah.
And then the drain, like, hey, we're all down here. In the drain. I used to look at drains.
You should like run away.
What the hell's in the drain? What's in the drain? That one really freaked me out.
So if you saw a red balloon come out of a drain, you'd just freak out.
I mean, who wouldn't? Freaking red balloon comes out of your drain, you're not going to lose your shit.
I don't like Chucky.
See, Chucky to me, I was like, it's this big. I would just.
Yeah, but you ever see like the parents that like dress their kid up as Chucky on Halloween?
Yeah, it's
like
creepy.
that's how to get your kid punted, because like that kid like came running at you.
Chucky was like to me.
Nick Folkham.
Chucky wasn't terrifying to me because it was just a little freaking doll. Like I could literally punt a doll and kill it. Like I could do something to kill that doll.
My wife's terrified of Michael Myers.
Michael Myers?
Yeah, terrified.
See, like when I watched them as a kid, like they were just kind of like, why would you go in there? Why would you walk in that door? Why would you check
with
that
her?
door?
If the music comes on, she freaks out. So like this time of year, like where Halloween's coming up, it always comes on.
Is that
like,
one
on the TV?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I think there's a new one coming out.
There's
I love
like
Halloween.
30 of them.
Uncle Chuckles needs to come on the show.
Oh,
he's coming for Halloween. Yeah,
you
next
like
week.
Scare the shit out of your kids.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
So
I gotta find my masks
later on when your kids get older and they talk about, when you're saying, yeah, those things used to terrify me, was the Nun and Freddy Krueger and all that, and their kids are like, well, Uncle Chuckles used to come in my room in the middle of the night.
The things that terrify me like now are anything with like the Jason or Myers or Freddy Krueger. That's all like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's more so like these stories are based on real events, and it's the Nun or like
that's why the Fire in the Sky got to me, because it was based on a true event.
Based on the true events.
Yeah.
And it's like what is that? Like The Exorcist, which if you watch that now, you're like, okay, like that's silly. But like if it's a newer one where like technology's caught up to it, like if you watch Poltergeist right now, it's like, okay, like the guy's face when it's falling off, it's like, dude, that's the worst special effects ever in the history of movies.
It looks like Tom Brady.
He's gonna not watch our show anymore.
Probably.
But that's the scary stuff. That's that. I don't like the based on real events. Like, the one that freaked me out too was, what is it? Strangers. It's like a couple like are staying at a house and like these people come in masks.
Oh.
And it's like,
is it a Jordan Peele movie?
No. It was. You know what I'm talking about? They have like they are like they knock on the door and it's just somebody standing there in a mask.
That's based on
I'm coming out with my shotgun and I'm just rolling.
That's based on what's his name? Serial killer from the 60s, the Manson family.
Is it?
It's based on that.
But anyway, that one, I think it's called Strangers. And it's like a couple like just in a house and someone knocks on the door and it's like this girl and they're like, "Oh, come on in." And it's creepy. So I mean, just don't do that because I'm not messing around.
The one that gets to me is you ever seen Hostel?
You're done. Hostel. Oh. What's the one scene in Hostel where
they cut
the
Achilles?
Achilles. Oh.
And he goes to stand up.
Oh my! I hated that movie. You know what movie I hate too? Hills Have Eyes. I hate that movie. Yeah. Don't watch it. Don't even look at it.
Deliverance.
Squeal
like a pig?
No, Deliverance is okay. Like
what?
It's not as bad because it's not like scary. It's not like scary. It's like just a psychopath. Like the lady like breaks his legs. Okay, so that's bad.
No, you're not thinking. I'm saying.
Misery. I'm thinking Misery.
You know, Deliverance.
Oh, and the
yeah,
and they're like on a vacation.
Squeal like a pig.
Yes. Yeah,
Hostel gets me the most because I think that's actually true. I think like that actually happens.
Oh,
like in Europe and stuff like that. Like I wouldn't be surprised that actually happens. Like they get kids that like backpack through like that, and then you have a bunch of rich people that pay to just go do whatever they want, like stuff like that.
That's freaking.
The Hostel one though, the Achilles was just.
Oh, I don't even want to think about it, dude. That's so bad.
Yeah, no, you're right though. It's the ones that could happen.
It's the stuff that's like the weirdo stuff.
Yeah,
like
because like Michael Myers isn't going to be walking like 2 miles an hour after you as you fall down.
Throw an
times.
Anchor in the bottom of a lake and like he's there for 5 years and somebody drops an electric current on him and he wakes up. It's like okay, that's not going to happen. But if there's like some of those. Based on true events,
or just something that could possibly happen.
Yes.
The one that got to me too was it was a Jordan Peele movie. It's the one that it's like the alternate reality or whatever of them coming in. It's obviously not like anything that could possibly be true, but it's freaky to me. Like it's like a family, and then they're in a house, and then at the night, like it's like a different realm of the family comes.
I don't think I've seen that.
What's it called? Get Out. No, it's not. It's not Get Out. Get Out's the one with the guy that she brings home to the crazy family. Yeah. It's the one with what the hell is it?
I thought Jordan Peele was like a comedy guy.
He's like a bunch of horror movies now.
Really? I don't like. I wouldn't want to.
Us.
Oh,
that's the.
What is that?
Like the kids that have like the masks on and everything.
Oh yeah, I don't want to watch that. You know what's another one that really screwed me up? Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
Don't ever watch that.
Yeah.
Don't ever do it.
That's Rob Zombie.
Yeah, he's twisted, man. Twisted.
He redid a couple. He's the one that redid the Halloween ones.
Yes.
He redid a bunch.
Yeah,
of them.
but it's just like it's just cuckoo. You got to be cuckoo, man, to do that stuff. Or what's that one with? I know it's silly, but it's like Vacancy. They're driving. It's like the couple. They're driving, or you ever see Breakdown?
Yeah.
Like they're driving and they're in the middle of the desert in Arizona, and somebody messes with their car, but they don't know.
Yep.
And they break down, and then like, which you would never. Like, I'm not letting my wife get in a freaking semi truck. Oh yeah, go down to the next town and come bring help back to me. Like, that's ridiculous. That ain't happening because I'm coming with. I'm coming with. You taking my wife? Oh yeah. Hey babe, go ahead. Yeah. He looks like a nice guy. Yeah. Semi truck. Get the hell out of here. Freaking bash your head in.
Well, if we're to talk about crazy stuff, we might as well go into the responses for this week.
Let's go. Yeah, let's do it.
There's a lot of them the same, but I'll still read them. Do we have an official quarterback controversy?
No, we don't.
No. I've never seen guys so open before. Like every one of his touchdowns.
They're wide open. Why don't people want to cover these days?
Zappy looks legitimate. Seems to read plays well and make smart decisions.
He's doing good for what they're asking him to do.
Yeah, what they're asking him to do.
Yeah.
Okay, now is there a quarterback controversy? No. The game show Nelson Aguilar needs to be traded. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Because, Tyquan Thornton plays the same position.
Peace.
So let's say Mac can't play next week. Zappe throws for 300-plus yards, 2+ touchdowns, no interceptions, and wins. What do you do?
Against the Bears?
Yeah, it's the Bears.
Doesn't matter. It's the Bears.
Yeah.
Do it against the
Ravens.
Bills.
The Ravens, the Dolphins, the Bills.
A team that's good.
I think Zappe needs to continue to start even if Mac is healthy. Smarter decisions with the football.
He doesn't.
They don't allow him.
I'm going to give you an illustration. You know, my 4-year-old has this little bike. Okay, on that bike there are these little wheels that go on the back of it so he doesn't tip over. They're called training wheels. When you have a backup quarterback in, a third-string quarterback, those training wheels are fixed. Like, this is what we're going to do. We're running the script. Hopefully, we don't run into trouble. We don't run into a great pass rush. We don't run into a team that stops the run. We don't run into a team that scores a lot of points. Because if that's the case, those training wheels come off, and guess what? You bust your ass. So Zappe's been doing great for what they're asking him to do, which is not, they're not overloading him. They're not putting it all on him. He hasn't been tested yet against a good pass rush or a good team, a good defense, a Kansas City or Buffalo, a team like that. The Jets, they're going to test him if he's playing, but I think that'll be Mac.
I saw a stat of it and I can't find it, but it was comparing what basically they're being asked to do. And Mac's like average depth of target was like 12 yards and Zappe is like 5 yards. Mac, I think 8% or 9% of his plays were play action. Zappe's 50%. So it's a totally different offense is what they're trying to do. They're trying to dumb it down for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I wish I could illustrate it for you.
Do you think a quarterback controversy is brewing? No. Can we finally admit that the pressure is on Mac when he starts? I mean,
pressure's always been on.
That's
the
what
kid.
I mean. It's always been
Tom
on.
Brady was the quarterback. Let's not.
He had no pressure last year.
Tons of pressure
last year because he's a rookie.
He's got pressure. He was at Alabama. Like Alabama, if you didn't win a national championship, you were a freaking loser. So I think he had the pressure in college.
I think Mac puts all the pressure on himself anyway, the way he is.
I'd agree with that.
He's very wound up tight and everything. Now, do you think we have a competition between Mac and Zappe? No, I don't think it's competition. Mac could have done what Zappe had done in the last 2 games. I agree with that and more. Mac would have blew a lot of these teams away. I mean, yeah, you blew the Browns away, but
they would have. His stats would have been
350, 375.
Yeah,
3 or 4 touchdowns. Zappe's ability to escape the pocket and make solid throws. Mac, who seems to force. I don't agree with that.
I think the only thing the difference is like I feel like Zappe probably has a little bit more athleticism. Like he looks like a little bit more.
I don't know.
Like he's got a little bit more movement. Mac is a little slower. I think if they were in a foot race, Zappe beats him in a foot race.
The thing is, there was one AFC executive that talked about it.
What's Zappe's 40 time? What do you run a 40 in?
I think it's close to the same as Mac.
Really?
Yeah.
He looks a little quicker. He looks to be a little faster when he gets out on the edge when he moves. Wow, that's a good beer.
4.88 seconds.
4.8 for Zappe?
4.88, yeah. 4.88.
Mac is like a 4.9.
I think he's less than that.
No.
4.79.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, surprising. Well, that's like Alabama time.
There was an AFC executive that talked about it, that he says he feels like they're doing with Zappe what they did with Matt Castle. Dumb it down. Give him here. These are the only reads you're gonna go with. If the read's not there, then like take off or throw the ball away or whatever. They're setting him up to basically almost trade him. Like
I think Sean Payton had a good take. Sean Payton, after they just beat up on the Browns, said that this is a perfect roster for what they're doing. Like what has happened. It's a perfect roster.
Yeah.
Their defense is good. Their offense. Offensive line, they're smart. They're picking up, things. Yeah. They're playing better collectively, running the ball better, running the ball well, play action pass. Matty P's doing a good job. So it's like the setup is perfect for if you had Mac and then he goes down and then you have Zappe in there. It's a good situation.
Well, the thing is that
different than like, for example, say you had Lamar in the Ravens and then his backup was Mac Jones.
Yeah.
So like Lamar goes down and then like a regular quarterback comes in.
Yeah,
you're
screwed.
Totally
different. Yeah.
You're screwed because everything you're doing is completely different. So like it's similar but it's still controlled.
The thing with ZAPPE is ZAPPE can't. It doesn't look like he can fit a throw into a small window.
I don't know about that yet.
I don't.
But
think
it's
so.
also confidence. So it's like the more confidence and the more you play, you get a little bit more of I can do that. I could take a chance. When you're young,
But they're not letting him do that. And Mac
you don't
Jones,
want to
they
take a
let
chance
him.
because you don't want to let the team. You don't want to be put in a position where you're taking too many risks.
But
when their team can control the game, win time of possession, run the football, play action pass, the other teams suck. Like the other teams suck. So just
that's what I mean.
Stick to the game plan, and it continues to work itself out.
Yeah. Let's see. After yet another impressive performance, is Mac nervous? Bledsoe-Brady situation. It's not the same situation because Bledsoe was out for a long time.
Well, Bledsoe was also very expensive.
Yeah, $100 million quarterterback at that time, which is he was the number one paid quarterback, I think, in the NFL.
Everything's about cost, because you look at they let him go, then you had Tom, then they were able to retain a bunch of pieces and bring in some people and help that team be a lot better.
Happy for ZAPPE. Yep, I'm happy for him. I mean, you want the kid to do well.
Well, here's the thing. It's good for him. He comes in a pinch, he does well, and then he goes back to a backup role. So then he has the confidence, and people are riding high on him. So anywhere ZAPPE goes, he ain't buying a beer in Boston.
Yeah.
ZAPPE, you're the man. Hell yeah, wait till your next shot. Great. So he's riding high, he's happy, versus the alternative, you suck. People are going to just be, get him out of here. He sucks. He's a backup, career backup. Now people are actually saying that he's a starter, a trade piece. You could trade him for another team.
I know. If you get a first-round pick or a second-round pick.
Return.
Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat. But the thing with ZAPPE is you're in a city that likes underdogs, right? And he's an underdog because he's
they love me.
Yeah, underdog.
Hardworking.
But that's what it is. They want hardworking underdogs. They don't like Mac Jones because he comes from a pedigree of Alabama football, first-round pick, and he's supposed to do it.
They do like Mac Jones.
Have you been reading anything or?
I mean, I'm talking fans. I'm talking fans.
These are fans' comments.
Well, there's yeah. I mean, I also think that if Mac comes back against the Bears and they score 40 and he's killing it, they're gonna be like,
nope, because it'll be the Bears suck. Well, what are the fucking Packers, the Browns they lost. What are they? Packers, yeah, but I mean, if Mac Jones played in that Packers game, they would have blown them out.
And the Packers blow.
Yeah,
which is bad.
But they would have blown the Packers out if Mac Jones played that game. Can Dan give ZAPPE his props for outplaying Mac so far? You can't compare it because he's playing less quality teams. That's just like saying if you only play shitty teams and you win games.
I would love to see if he's. I mean, Mac's going to be back for the Jets, but I'd love to see him play a good defense, a fast defense.
Who's
aggressive.
ZAPPE?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he'd get killed.
I don't think he'd get killed.
I think he would. I mean, the other thing, too, is people are forgetting with Mac Jones, the offensive line was unstable the first 3 games, right? They weren't what they are now. I mean, when they get rid of Wynn, they benched Wynn, which, by the way, you see the PFF grades. Wynn, great. I think all the offensive line were between 80 and 75. You know what Wynn got as a grade?
What did you get?
5.
5?
5.
Oh,
not 50. 5. He got benched for Marcus Cannon. So Mac's going to come back to a more stable offensive line and a running game now, which he didn't really have in those first 3 games. So that's what this kid's going to be good with, because when he goes into play action, he can go down the field a lot better than ZAPPE can, as opposed to hitting the. And if Mac Jones has Hunter Henry running, that nobody touches him from 25 yards out, he doesn't touch him at the line, doesn't touch him at the 5-yard mark, and nobody covers him. Mac Jones can hit that pass too. Pretty much any NFL quarterback can hit that pass.
So through the season so far, what do you think what are your top 5 teams in the NFL right now? Top 5 teams.
Let me pull up. Buffalo, obviously.
I think Buffalo's number 1.
Either number 1 or number 2. You could flip-flop between Buffalo and KC, because even though Buffalo beat KC, I mean, you could run that game again
Who do you
today.
think? Because they said they did the analytics on this, and they did the stats that whoever won that game, the Buffalo Kansas City game, had like a 60% chance of hosting the AFC Championship game. Like,
Yeah, it makes sense
so
because they could probably
Buffalo
all win
host
out.
the AFC Championship game. You think?
I think so.
Do you think Buffalo's gonna get to the Super Bowl?
No.
Who do you think beats them? Kansas City and Buffalo?
I think Kansas City can beat him. I think the Patriots can beat him in the playoffs. And Baltimore can beat them too. If Baltimore plays the right game,
what did
Baltimore
you
can
have
beat
for
them.
breakfast?
Nothing.
Yeah, you are fasting right now because your brain's not working.
What are you talking
The
about?
Patriots are going to go to Buffalo and beat them in the AFC Championship game?
Yeah, they could.
Okay.
See,
Is that a wrap on this episode?
I can always stay right up here. I'm not the Ninkovich.
I'm not the Ninkovich. I am a realist. I live in reality. I don't live in the clouds, and I don't live in the basement. I'm even keel.
I don't
like to speak the
think
truth.
you've kept their record the same from week to week.
Yes, I have. I said they're a 9-win football team.
You've also said 10. You've also said 10,
So
12,
if they win,
11,
no,
5,
that was,
5.
I'm going to say
you
they're
said 5.
They're going to win 9 games
You said 5
this
at one
season.
point. They're going to win more than 9 games.
What should I do if they win more than 9 games? Should I jump in some lake or something? Is there a river
I think
somewhere?
you should have to ride the New York subway for 4 hours.
No, I don't. No, I'd rather freaking jump in. I'd rather go in freezing water naked than freaking go on the subway for 4 hours. Because in those 4 hours, I'd probably die of the subway than hypothermia.
You want to do
if
the schedule again and see how many games you're going to win?
Yes.
Okay.
We've
Bears.
done this before.
Bears.
Win. 4
All right.
wins.
Jets.
Loss.
Colts.
4-4. Loss. The Colts.
What?
I think the Colts look good.
Last week he said they were going to beat the Colts. Okay.
No. Okay.
That's fine.
So that's 4.
Okay.
Okay. So they beat the Colts. 5 wins.
All right. Jets again.
6 wins.
Vikings.
Loss. 6 wins.
Bills.
Loss. 6 wins.
Cardinals.
Win. 7
Raiders.
Win. 8.
Bengals at home.
Loss.
Bengals at home.
Loss. Bengals are getting their mojo.
Dolphins at home.
Win. 9.
Bills.
Loss.
You've said before they were going to split the Bills.
I said the Jets, they'll split.
Yeah, you just wanted to get to your 9.
That's it. Look, that was the end. That's it.
You were counting the whole time.
Listen.
You know what we should do? We should probably take the takes, because we've done this so many times, and go through like each of Rob's picks of it, like of how many times it's changed.
It hasn't changed. I said 9 wins.
All right, so back to the top 5 teams in the NFL.
Yes, top
I think
5
it's
teams.
Buffalo,
what about the NFC?
Buffalo, KC.
Okay, Buffalo, Kansas City.
Philadelphia.
I would say Philly's better than KC. I'm
I don't
flipping
think
that.
so. I think it's.
I think it's going to be a Buffalo, Philadelphia Super Bowl.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Buffalo, Kansas City, Philly.
I'm trying to look at the other teams here.
Everyone else sucks.
The problem is, like, the Niners could be good. It just depends. Like, when you get to the playoffs, I think the Patriots are up there. I think Baltimore's up there. You never know with Cincinnati. They just came in the Super Bowl. They were just in the Super Bowl.
Doesn't matter. Look at the
Same
Rams.
team.
They blow 2.
I know.
The Super Bowl can kill you because it's a short off season.
I
You got
know,
the hype
but
of the Super Bowl. Oh,
but
you're
the thing
Super
is,
Bowl.
the way the playoffs work, though, is that if you just get to the playoffs, it's a whole new season at that point. The playoffs are always dictated by who's the hot team going into the playoffs. That's why the Bengals went through everybody to get to the Super Bowl. They weren't that good at the beginning of the year, and then they got hot at the end of the year, and they kept that going.
Yeah.
They're not good at the beginning of the year. They can easily get hot and keep going with it. Any team can. So it's so tough to judge it right now. But if you were judging it right now, yes, I'd say it's Buffalo or KC. Like, that's what it'll be. It'll come down to the AFC Championship game. If you're looking at it right now today, it's Buffalo, KC. Whoever wins that wins the Super Bowl.
And then the NFC, you're going.
Like
Who's your Super Bowl pick for the NFC? Eagles?
Yeah.
Eagles?
Yeah. I mean, who else is there?
I mean, Cowboys have a good defense, but you don't know what they're going to be like when Dak comes back. Maybe they'll be better.
But their defense didn't really look good on Monday night. Because it's all the problem with the Cowboys' defense. It's all dictated on Micah Parsons. If he's not there, you neutralize him. They're not that good. But like Tampa's not that good, I don't think.
No, did you see the clip of Tom going nuts?
Yeah.
I didn't. Dude, that internet's undefeated, man. Did you see like the quotes that they had him screaming?
Yeah. Did you hear this one?
Like, I didn't leave my wife and kids to lose to...
This is the one from Fitzy that put it out.
Do you think I unretired and threw away my life just so I could come to Pittsburgh and lose to Trubisky? You keep playing like this, next time Giselle's lawyers call, I'll put you on the phone with them.
It's not funny.
It's not funny, but you can't stop laughing with it.
It's so bad.
I mean, they lost to Pittsburgh. That's some terrible shit.
I don't know who's going to come out of the NFC. I really don't.
Do you think
Every time I hear it, I just can't.
It's so funny.
retired and threw away my life just so I could come to Pittsburgh and lose to Trubisky? You keep playing like this, next time Giselle's lawyers call, I'll put you on the phone with them.
It's so bad. Oh,
That's some funny shit, though.
that is funny.
But here, this is the problem with it's a problem with media in general. But Boston is there. It's always so fucking knee jerk. Like, you know, Bill Belichick has a bad couple drafts, and all of a sudden he can't play. You know, he can't draft. He can't do this. Can't do that. Like, you know, it's terrible. But then nobody gives him credit when he kills on a draft. Everybody just talks about, oh, look at these great players that are here. It's not from Bill. You know, now it'll be like, well, he had other people scout him or whatever. And then it goes to, you know, Matty P. Look at this. The idiot's putting Matty P in here as the offensive coordinator. Well, I mean, he's got to, if you're a Bailey ZAPPE fan, like it seems like everybody is, who the hell do you think got ZAPPE ready to play? Who put the game plan in place to play? Matty P., the same guy you just complained about for 4 months now, that he doesn't know what he's doing and everything. And look at Joe Judge. You know, he can't be a quarterback's coach. He's done pretty fucking well with a rookie, you know, 4th round draft pick and all that. So it's always that constant thing, and you have to go back to it's all predicated off Bill Belichick. I mean, everything is. It's his moves, it's his drafting, it's his game planning, it's him putting all the coaches in place, and they do a good job.
Do that for
what?
I don't know. I just call me crazy. If I had that much money in the bank, I would go enjoy it.
You do realize he probably never bought clothes. Like he spends like no money.
He drives one of your cars.
Yeah.
Did he buy it?
No, and he only wears Patriots clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah. He only wears Patriots clothes. Right. Those are given to him. You don't pay for that.
No.
How about the thing now, though, that people are talking about that there's a controversy with Mac Jones, that Mac Jones is not agreeing with Bill Belichick's game plans and all that stuff.
He's a freaking kid. You do what he tells you to do.
I mean, you've been in the locker room there and everything. You actually think that actually happens? Do you think there is friction between Mac Jones and...
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Supposedly now there's a new thing out that Mac Jones wanted to play Sunday, thought he could play, and
they're
Patriots didn't have him.
the Cooper Rush thing to him. They're holding him back, like Dak Prescott. You just stay here.
But it could also easily be like, hey, if you're not 100%,
here's the thing. Here's
we're not
the
going to
one
put you
thing
out
that
there.
I would say. Bill Belichick went with an unproven Tom Brady over a proven, highly paid Drew Bledsoe. So
But
Mac
it was
isn't
a lot longer though. It was like the whole season at that point.
Well, I'm saying you're just playing the hot hand. You're trying to continue the hot hand.
He's not going to put ZAPPE out there when you have Mac Jones.
I just wouldn't put it past him to make that decision.
Won't put it past him.
Because he's done that before. He's put a decision out there when they were paying somebody a ton of money, and he was a proven veteran to put a kid out there. We're going to go with the kid. So, like in this situation,
but
I
you
could
have
see
two kids though.
This is easier for him though. It's a less of a decision. It's like, hey,
I don't think so. I think it's more of a decision because you have 2 kids. Because you have what we talked about before. You have the ability now, right? With how good their defense is, how young they are.
Is their defense great though?
I think so.
They've been playing shitty teams. We got to see them when they played good offenses.
Even when they played good offenses, they played really well against them. I mean, look at Miami. Before Miami had
carved them up.
They scored 20 points.
I mean,
and most of those were off. Almost all those were off turnovers.
The Ravens had like 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. I don't know what that was because they had Lamar in control in that whole game until like the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
It's almost like they tired out or something like that. I think the defense is legit. I think they have a ton
they're
of
gonna
speed.
kill the Bears. The Bears are terrible.
Yeah, no. You see, Belichick was out today praising the Bears as an explosive.
Yeah.
But he does that, though, so they don't have bulletin board material.
Yes, he warms you up.
Yeah. But he had like an 8-minute press conference to talk about how good the Bears were.
Fluff.
He had N'Keal Harry coming back, too.
Oh, that's right. I thought he's
His revenge game.
Still in the league?
Revenge
I
game.
didn't know he was still playing. Let's get into these picks because I'm kicking your ass. I'm up 2 still.
Bullshit.
You going to try and get it back this week?
Yeah, I'll get it back.
Pretty smart on my picks, huh?
All right, you got Saints Cardinals
Saints at Cardinals?
on Prime Video.
Oh, that's
Thursday night.
That's tomorrow night.
Yep.
Saints at Cardinals. I'm going to go Saints.
I'll go Cardinals.
Okay.
The one back. Falcons Bengals.
Bengals.
Lions Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Dak returns Cowboys. Colts Titans. You said the Colts are a really good team. You said it a few minutes ago.
I'm going to go Colts.
I'm going to go Titans on that one.
Okay.
Packers at the Commanders.
Packers. They
Packers.
can't lose the Commanders.
Buccaneers at the Panthers.
Bucks.
Giants at Jaguars.
Giants at Jaguars. Giants.
I want to pick Jacksonville on this, but I'm
Do
just,
it. Do it.
No, I'm going to go Giants. Browns at Ravens.
Ravens.
Jets at Broncos.
Jets. Broncos
Jets.
are so bad.
Jets. Broncos are Russell Wilson's terrible.
So bad. Terrible investment.
Like, what are you thinking if you're like the GM or something like that? Do you immediately think like I'm fired? Like
Yeah,
my job's over.
Yeah, it's done. Pack your shit.
Texans at the Raiders. The Texans have a better record at 1-3-1 than the Raiders.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
I'll also go Raiders. Seahawks at Chargers.
Chargers.
Chiefs at 49ers.
Chiefs.
Steelers at Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Bears at Patriots.
Patriots.
Shit, I think I only picked one team opposite you.
No, 2.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's right. You took the Colts. I took
Colts,
the Titans.
yeah.
So, well, could be nice and even
Could be
back
even
up.
out, or I could be up 4.
Or it could also just be the same.
Or it could be 2. Same thing. I think last week we might have done the same thing.
I think so too. But don't worry though. I'll get one. I already got one back the next week when I take the Patriots over the Jets. Because you've already committed on this show that you are taking the Jets next week.
I'm taking the Jets.
Okay.
I'm taking the Jets next week. You heard
Can
it
you
from...
save that clip?
I am
You did
taking
like
the
that?
Jets in 2 weeks over the Patriots, no
Yeah.
matter what.
Okay, so you're taking the Jets next week.
At New York, correct?
Yeah, it's in New Jersey.
Yep. I'm taking the Jets.
Patriots are already favored in that game.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just
I'm
letting you
telling
know.
you.
So
That don't matter. Imagine taking that sucker, wow, right to your face.
And the big
a
news-
slap shot.
the big news is it looks like Tua is going to return this week.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I hope he's okay. I hope he doesn't take another shot like that. Because if he has 3 concussions in the same year,
His career's over, right?
Yeah, 100%. If he gets knocked out like that again, his career's over. Done.
His brother like tore his MCL or something like that too
I didn't know.
last week. Maryland.
Know.
Maybe sprained his MCL or something. Got carted off the field though.
Here's the thing. It's tough because if he puts himself in that position, it's his choice. You know, I would think at this point right now, with the way that thing was handled, he probably has a pretty good lawsuit against the team and the
Team and the NFL.
Yeah, considering they didn't put him first in protecting him.
They didn't do anything for him.
No, so
Like nothing.
you know what's his long-term earnings and all that stuff. You know, I mean, we'll see. So hopefully, we'll pray that he stays healthy, because you don't want to see anyone deal with that.
Hopefully.
But
That's
it's
the
a
big
violent
hope.
sport. You never know what's going to happen. So you're just rolling the dice. You're rolling the dice. It's taking a percentage. Maybe I get it. Maybe I don't. He doesn't get hit every play, so just maybe his ass needs to go down.
I don't know. I think it's I just don't think it's smart.
It's not smart.
I think you should take like another week or two and
Should.
because it's not like you're gonna go test. You can't like if you hurt your knee, right? You can go out in the field and test
Yeah.
it out.
Can't
you
test
can't
your
really
brain.
test your brain unless you're gonna put a helmet on and just somebody takes a baseball bat and hits you.
You just
You know?
Eventually, it'll catch up to you. So hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah, it's not really worth it.
Well, I think that's a wrap on 75. Ninko's got to go to the chiropractor, get myself cracked up.
Be ready for your train ride.
Ready for my train ride. I need to stretch out my neck a little bit.
Bad?
Getting old, man. Played a lot of ball.
Yeah, I gotta go check out your Corvette to see if I can see where the scratch is.
See, you can't see it. There's no scratch. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, repainted hood.
Go get some Brunt boots. They're badass. I'm gonna go get a new pair.
Yeah, use the Dan and Ninko code and save $10.
That's
I
it.
got it right.
Let's do it.
All right, but check us out. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, danandninko.com, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.